And welcome to the India's most comprehensive preparation platform, that is the BYJU'S Exam Prep. And yes guys, welcome once again to our Sunday Funday. Yes, this is the second episode of Sunday Funday. Welcome to the episode number 2 of the Sunday Funday, where, as I told you, right, usually Sunday students need some relaxation, but yeah, a serious GATE aspirant cannot be relaxing the whole day. So why not utilize this Sunday practicing little bit of the aptitude? As you know, it carries a huge weightage in the examination, and it's always light-hearted subject, especially for an engineering background student. Yes guys, so that is why we bring to you Sunday Funday every Sunday, bringing them some practice dose. And today the topics that we are going to cover is related to the percentage and the areas related to the percentage, that is the simple interest, compound interest, profit loss, etc, etc, etc. So come on guys, quickly share the session to all your friends. Quickly share the session to all your friends, those who will be waiting to watch this. Let students join quickly. Okay, good afternoon all, good afternoon. Let me just check it up. Good afternoon Ritik, Geeta. Good afternoon Ravi, Vinita, Kartikeya, Shrishti, Hema, Shekhar. Yes, we cannot say Kartikeya exactly completed number system, but as I told you, what are the most expected topic of the number systems, or those things I covered up with the trick. Okay, those things I covered up with the trick. So in the first session, Kartikeya, in the last Sunday where I covered up some number system tricks, there I have given you, if you see the beginning of the session, what are the expected topics of number system for an GATE aspirant, and out of that, what are the most important that I have covered in the previous Sunday Funday class. Clearly I have mentioned that, Kartikeya, right? Chalo. Yes, good afternoon Raghu. Yes, I identify you. Good afternoon Abhinav. Okay, let me plan, Ravi, exactly. I'll just keep updating you about the topic. So guys, let's get started. In case somebody new to my session, this is a brief intro about me. This is your mentor and educator, Rakesh. I have secured All India rank 9th in the GATE examination, completed my Masters from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Right. Having trained for more than 12 years, I have trained more than 50,000 students. My major area of expertise in the technical will include control system, EMT, signal system, digital electronics, and in the general domain, I talk about the maths and aptitude. Deal with the maths and aptitude. Yes, well, right. Okay, guys, okay. So that is what's introducing Sunday Funday, and that's live every Sunday. So in case you are not subscribed to the channel, do not forget to subscribe this channel so that you attend all the sessions without any miss. Okay, so we are going to come live every Sunday with different topics, right, with different energies. Good evening, Mangal. Shekhar, isn't it shared? Flux and Gauss law and electric field? Let me just check it up, Shekhar. Okay, chalo guys, so that's it. Just stay tuned every Sunday to the BYJU'S Exam Prep English YouTube channel. Okay. Good afternoon, Dreamer. So guys, starting with the first question for the day, and as I told, it's a practice dose, but that practice dose does not mean that you are not going to encounter the concepts or method. Of course, aptitude is more question oriented, but with every question I will tell you the approach and relevant theory and any formula if you require. I just want to tell you what type of questions you can expect and how to approach them. So this is the first question ready, jumping for you on the screen. A very basic percentage calculation, but I will show you that sometimes very basic percentage calculations are there in the GATE exam as well, right? So what it is, 65% of a number is 21 less than 4/5 of that number. What is that number? So isn't it simple? It's just a statement based question. It is just a statement based question. What they have given, 65% of a number. Suppose the number be n. 65% of a number, suppose the number be n, is 21 less than 4/5. 4/5 of that number, 4/5 of that number, and 65% of the number is 21 less than. Okay, so subtract 21. Okay, Shekhar, I'll just keep sharing. I'll just keep checking that PDF. Yes, guys. Okay, Bhavya is ready with the answer. So that basic questions also are sometimes a part of GATE examination. So 65% of n. Now, how do you convert 65% of any number? It is basically 65 upon 100 into n, isn't it, guys? And that will be equal to basically 4n minus 21 into 5, that is 105, is divided by 5. A simple equation you need to solve up, nothing much here. Nothing much here. So just try to solve this equation. 65, this is cancelled as 20 precisely. So I can say that 65n is equal to, send the 20 on the right hand side, becomes 80n minus 20 into 105. Calculations will complete at the last. Okay, so what it is, 15n is equal to 20 into 105. 15 and 105 will cancel by 7, and 20 into 7 is 140. The answer is 140. That's it. The answer is 140. Correct, Bhavya. Your corrected answer is fine. 140 is the final correct answer. A very basic type of question. What happens this Sunday? The crowd is little dull. Is it so, guys? So I was telling you last Sunday. So last Sunday I really got the good response, and based on the good response I decided that, you know, maybe I can extend the timings for you. I can take more and more sessions. But today I see little dull response. Is it afternoon? Maybe because of that, guys. Right. So the total number of sessions, the total length of the sessions will all be proportional to the attendance. Always remember that. And let's go to the next question then. Next question, ready jumping for you here is, now see, I told you that sometime basic percentage calculation becomes a part of the gate examination. So x% of y plus y% of x equal to how much? See, it's a gate question. Very basic gate question. x% of y plus y% of x is equal to how much, sir? तो निकाल लेते हैं x% of y. X percentage of y means x by 100 of y plus y% of x, that is y by 100 of x, right, is equal to how much? That is equivalent to how? That is equivalent to what? Maybe due to timing. So I will give you the clear idea about the timing, guys. Every Sunday it is there, and timings due to some other activities happening on our app. So timings for every Sunday will be alternate. So this Sunday, let me give you the idea. Right now it is 1 p.m. Right. Next Sunday it's going to be 11 a.m. So the sessions will be there every Sunday, but alternate timings will be there. Right. Due to some other activities that we cannot push, due to some other activities at app for which because of that we cannot collide the session. So last time we had 11 a.m. Today we are having 1 p.m. Next class, then next Sunday, that is 3rd of July, we are again going to meet at 11 a.m. Okay. We are again going to meet at 11 a.m. That is what you should know. So 3rd July, it's going to be 11 a.m. Right. 10th July, it's going to be 1 p.m. Today is 26th June and we have at 1 p.m. The last session where the first Sunday Funday was at 11 a.m. So this is what is the pattern that is going to go on. Okay. That is going to go on. Yeah, I can believe that 11 a.m. may be the best, but it's going to be alternate due to some activities on the BYJU'S app. Because of that, I cannot keep the session at 11 a.m. every alternate Sunday, right? So this is the timings you have to note and manage every alternate Sunday. So next Sunday, again, we are coming at 11 a.m. Okay. Next Sunday, again, we are coming at the 11 a.m. Chalo guys, bahut badhiya. Right. So what is the answer? Okay, so that is equal to xy plus xy, basically 2xy upon 100, and they are asking what percentage. So percentage के लिए 100 को separate रखना पड़ेगा. This is looking like 2 by 100 of xy. 2 by 100 of xy means 2% of xy. 2 by 100 of xy means it is just like you are calculating 2% of xy. It is just like calculating the 2% of xy. Option number A is the correct. That is what I am able to see in the comment box. So that's what I told you. Sometimes it can be very, very basic question also. Okay. Sometimes it can be very, very basic question also. And guys, don't be confused. Please take a screenshot of these timings. Every alternate Sunday, the timing will be 11 a.m., then 1 p.m., 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. This Sunday, 1 p.m. So next Sunday, 3rd July, 11 a.m. Okay, please note down this. Please note down this one. Okay. Good afternoon, Shalja. Chalo. 2 students appeared at an examination and one of them secured 9 marks more than the other, and his marks were 56% of the sum of their marks. What is the marks obtained by them? 2 students appeared at an examination. One of them secured 9 marks more than the other. One of them secured 9 marks more than the other, and his marks, okay, his marks were 56% of the sum of their marks. So one of them, ये जो one of them की बात कर रहे हैं ना, secured 9 marks more than the other. So let's say the other guy secured X. So one of them secured X plus 9. One of them secured 9 marks more than the other, and his marks, look at the grammar. One of them ki baat ki and then his marks, right? His marks is 56%. is equal to 56% of the sum of their marks. So what is the sum of their marks? What is the sum of their marks? X plus 9 plus X. X plus 9 plus X. That is the sum of their marks, okay? Just simplify this calculation, guys. Just have to simplify this calculation, right? So what I'm getting, X plus 9 is equal to 56%, 56 by 100 of 2X plus 9. 2X plus 9. Okay. So now just do the calculations and simplifications as you are able to see. So we can say 100x plus 900 will be equal to 56 into 2, that is 112x plus 56 into 9. Calculations can be done at the last. So I have 12x is equal to 900 minus 56 multiplied by the 9. Solving that, you can get the value of the x, and then you can also get the value of x plus 9. You can also get the value of x plus 9. Just solve it up and close the answer. Okay. So what should be the value for x when you divide it by 900? It is 120. Okay. And when you divide by here, so this is 15. Oh, sorry, what I'm writing. Okay, this is clearly 40 and 30, 70, 75. Sorry for that. And plus how much? Sorry, minus hai yahan pe. Minus how much? So that's 3/4 of 56, 43, 42, minus 42. So it is 33. So what will be the other marks? 42. So our correct answer is option number C. Where is that bullet? Okay, the correct answer is option number C, 42 and 33. 42 and 33, correct. Okay, guys. 42 and 33. Okay, guys, the next question moving ahead. The next question moving ahead in the sequence. Here it is, the next question ready for you. The radius as well as height of a circular cone increases by 10%. What is the percentage increase in its volume? Okay, percentage change based question. So what is the formula for percentage change you apply? See, what is the formula for absolute change that you apply? Remember, there are three important things to note. What is the meaning of absolute change? Absolute change in a value is known as the final value minus initial value whole modulus. That's why I say absolute change. Absolute change means sometimes final value may be greater than initial value or maybe less than that, but absolute change means I'll take the modulus of that, absolute value of that. Okay, what is the concept of relative change then? Now these are some important points to note with respect to here. What is the concept of relative change? That is the final minus initial, let me write like this, divided by the initial. Final minus initial divided by initial. So relative change is basically the absolute change compared with the base value, compared with the initial value. And then coming finally to the percentage change, it is the relative change expressed in the form of percentage. So final value minus initial value modulus divided by I multiplied by 100. Okay, suppose you don't take the modulus. Suppose you don't take the modulus. So the percentage change may be positive or negative. If it is positive, it means there is an increase. Final greater than initial. If it is negative, it simply represents decrease. Final less than the initial. Right. So radius as well as the height of the right circular cone increases by 10%. Increases by how much? That is the 10%. Increases by the 10%. Right. So what is the old volume? You can say volume of a cone. So what is the volume of cone? 1 by 3 pi r square h. Right. Now what is the new radius? It is increased by 10%. Radius, what is the new radius? It is the old radius plus 10%. It is an increase of 10%. 10% of what? 10% of the radius. So whenever, guys, remember, whenever a quantity is increased by 10%, so how much it becomes? Directly you should be able to write. When a quantity is increased by 10%, you should directly say it becomes 110%. Because already a quantity is 100% of itself, na? Already a quantity is 100% of itself. Now it is increased by 10%. So the new value is 110% of R. Right. So what I want to tell you here is that you should not write down this expression. Rather than that, you should directly write down 110%. 110%. Okay. Now what is 110%? Percentage to fraction? Divide by 100. How do you calculate 110%? 110 divided by 100. So that will be 1.1 R. Similarly, what is the new height? New height also increased by 10%. Increased by 10%. So next, the final value is 100 plus 10. So 110% of h. 110 divided by 100 is 1.1. So that is 1.1 h. Now I can say that what is the volume of the cone now? That becomes 1 by 3 pi new radius, that is 1.1 r whole square into the new height 1.1 h, and that is equal to, the new volume is equal to how much? 1.1 whole cube. 11 cube is 1331 precisely. 1331. So it is 1.331. 1.331 into 1 by 3 pi r square h, that is equal to the original volume. So question is asking how much is the percentage change. The question is asking how much is the percentage change. Percentage change, as we know, final value minus initial value divided by initial value multiplied by 100. Okay, so we cancel and just 0.331 multiplied by 100, answer is 33.1 percentage. What should be the answer? 33.1 percentage. Final answer is 33.1 percentage. That's it. Simple one, isn't it, guys? 33.1 percentage. That's it. Okay. Okay. Chalo. Moving ahead to the next category of question. Age of Ravi is 20 years. If Shyam's age is 25% greater than that of Ravi, if Shyam's age is 25% greater than that of Ravi, then how much percentage of Ravi's age is less than by how much percentage Ravi's age is less than Shyam's age, right? Then by how much percentage, I can say like this, then by how much percentage Ravi's age is less than the Shyam's age. So very logical. The age of Ravi is given to you, right? But what is told, Shyam's age, whatever may be the age of Ravi, but if you want to obtain the Shyam's age, it should be 25% greater. It should be 25% greater. Shiva right now going on YouTube, but we'll plan out the app also, don't worry. 25% greater than that of Ravi. By how much percentage Ravi's age is less than Shyam's age? So see, there are two methods of solving it. There are, of course, Ravi's age. Shyam's age is greater than Ravi's age. So Ravi's age is less than Shyam's age by how much? Here it will be decrement. Here it will be some minus p percentage. Yeah, here it will be some minus x percent. Let me see. So there is two methods of solving it. Number one, right, Shyam's age is 25% greater than that of Ravi. And as I told you in the previous question, whenever they say 25% greater, that means directly the final value is 125% of the Ravi's. Right. So Shyam's age is 125 by 100, 1.25 times Ravi. So how much is the Ravi's age? Okay, so Ravi's age is 1 upon 1.25 into Shyam's age, and that will be precisely 4 by 5, 0.8. Ravi's age is 0.8 times Shyam's age. I can say that Ravi's age is 80%. 0.8 when you convert into percentage, 0.8 into 100 is 80. 80% of the Shyam's age. So by how much percent Ravi's age is less than Shyam's age? So Ravi is having the age 80% of Shyam. How much less? 20% less. How much less? It is the 20% less, right? 20% less than Shyam's age. Because Ravi's age is 80% of the total Shyam's age. So how much is less? 20% less. This is one method. Right? Now in such cases where one quantity is greater than the other, so how much percentage the first quantity is less than the second, we have a trick. We have a trick for such questions. Have a note into this trick, right? So if you go from A to B, there is an increment of P percentage. If you go from A to B, there is an increment of P percentage. So when you come from B to A, there will be a decrement. When you come from B to A, there will be a decrement, and that decrement is P upon 100 plus P into 100%. Minus I have written for the decrement point of view. So P upon 100 plus P into 100. Directly you can note down this. And suppose if you go from A to B, there is a decrement of P percentage. So of course when you come from B to A, there is an increase of P upon 100 minus P. So basically if there is minus P above, here minus P. If there is the plus P above, here in the formula plus P. Right? Here in the formula plus P. Right? That is one of the tricks. So if I apply that trick on the previous question, see how easily I can solve the previous question with the help of the trick. How easily I can solve Ravi's, सबसे पहले क्या given है Ravi's age. See, I don't need actually what is the Ravi's age. The age of Ravi is 20 years. That data is not required. Okay, but how much is the percentage? Ravi age plus 25% is the Sham's age plus P percentage. So when you come reverse, of course there is a decrement, and decrement of how much? P upon 100 plus P into 100 percentage. Solve it up. How much it is? 25 by 125. How much? 1 by 5. It is cancelled as 1 by 5. It is cancelled as 1 by 5, and 1 by 5 is 20%. 1 by 5 is 20%. So here the answer is minus 20%. Minus means decrease. Okay, minus means decrease, of course. So correct answer you get within few seconds. It can be solved even by the basic percentage idea, and it can be solved by this trick, and that is also very, very easy. That is also the very, very easy. Okay, that is a trick. Let's apply the trick on the next question then. Let's apply the trick on the next question. What does the next question say here? A's income is 20% more than B's income. Then by what percent B's income is less than A's income? Come on guys. A's income is 20%. Directly by the trick. Directly we can apply, we can solve the question by the trick. Right. क्या बोला है? A's income is 20% more than B. So first let me keep B, and then when I go to A's income is 20% more, so plus 20%. Then by what percent B's income is less than A's income? How much is the negative percentage coming up here? How much is the negative percent coming up here? How much is that negative percent coming up here? So this will be minus 20 upon 100 plus 20 whole multiplied by 100 percentage, right? And that is equal to minus 1 by 6, and that is 16.67. 1 by 6 is 16.67 percentage. That's it. Hi ABD, good afternoon. So it becomes very simple, na? It becomes very, very simple. So what is the answer? How much percentage less? Minus represents less only, represents decrease only. 16.67%. 16.67. So you can even again solve it by the previous method, that is the basic idea and basic definition of percentage, or you can go by the trick as well. Next, if the price of petrol is increased by 30%, then by how much percent the family should reduce its consumption so that the expenditure would remain constant? This is known as the question based on, product constancy. This is known as the question based on the product constancy. When the product of two different things, we have to maintain constant. So what is the expenditure here? Okay, what is the expenditure of the family? The expenditure of the family is the price of the petrol, per liter, price of the petrol per liter is multiplied by the total consumption, total liters that they consume. Multiplied by the total consumption. Okay. And we need the expenditure to remain constant. We need this as remaining to be constant, right? So what is the, see, price into consumption is equal to the expenditure, and that we want it as fixed. That should be the constant. That should be the constant. Now again there are two methods, right? But the trick that you have learned is even applicable to product constancy. Whenever there is the questions of product constancy, there also you can apply, here also you can apply the previous trick. Here also product constancy also, one is you can solve by the basic calculation, right? One is you can again apply the previous trick. And according to the previous trick, see, price of the petrol increased by 30%. So by how much consumption should decrease? It should decrease by 30 upon 100 plus 30 whole multiplied by 100%. How much it is? It turns out to be minus 30 by 130, that is minus 3 upon 13 and 200. So minus 300 by 13. Right? Minus 300 by 13. Correct. We can solve by P1 C1 equal to P2 C2. That is the basic idea. Or we can solve by the previous trick directly. Okay. So the previous trick is applicable to increase decrease case as well as the product constancy case, you can directly apply the trick. You are going to get the same answer, right? And what is the answer that you're giving? Minus 23.08. Just noting your answers from the comment box. I assume your calculations are correct and I'm directly writing it up. So minus 23.08 percentage. Minus of 23.08 percentage. Okay, so by how much percent the family should reduce the consumption? 23% approximately they should reduce the consumption. Reduce means that is why the minus is coming. And here I have the next question ready for you. A person gives 10% to his wife, 20% of the remaining. Now come to a very important question again. 20% of the remaining, this word is important. And again 10% of the remaining. So that is based on the concept of successive change. Successive change. See, one is calculating 10% of total. One is calculating again 20% of total. But here, the 20% has to be calculated of the remaining. The first a person gives, there is a flow chart. Okay, let's suppose the initial amount with the person. Let's suppose the initial amount with the person is X. And first, he is going to give 10%. First, he is going to give the 10% to the wife. Okay, minus 10% to wife. Okay. Now, minus 10%, so everybody knows what is the 10% of X? Yeah, directly I told you now, if it is increase of 10%, 10%. If the quantity has to be decreased by 10%, so how much is left? 90% is left. How much is left? 90% is left. 90% means 0.9x. 0.9x. Right? 0.9x. 10% gaya, so what is left? 100 minus 10, 90%. Now, 20% of the remaining, what is left? Out of that you have to measure now to 20% of remaining to his sons, right? So minus 20% to sons. Not mentioned how many sons, but total 20% remaining distributed to the sons. So how much it is? Now 20% less. So how much left? 80% left. 80% of what? 80% means 0.8. 0.8 of 0.9x. 0.8 of 0.9x. 20% is gone. Directly you should write down. Need not explain. Need not write down the equations. 20% gone. So 80% left. 80% of 0.9x. Right. Now, again 10% of remaining to a hospital. As a charity, you can say. So minus 10%. Minus 10%. To a hospital, right? So 10% gone, so how much left? 90%. 90% of, this is how much? This is 0.72. This is 0.72, you can say, okay? 90% of 0.72. So this will be how much? Let us just evaluate the calculations and write down the answer. This is 0.648. Finally, 0.648x is the amount left with him, correct? And then he has only rupees 6480. So this quantity that is left should be equal to 6480. Okay, this quantity that is left should be equal to the. Come bhai. This should be equal to the quantity that is left. 0.648x is equal to 6480. Is equal to 6480. So what is the value of x? So 0.648 cancelled. Right, so how much is left? How much is left? It is equal to rupees 10,000. It is equal to rupees 10,000. That's it. 10,000 is the last answer. Okay, guys. 10,000 is the last answer. Chalo. So final answer is 10,000. 10,000. Okay, chalo, great. So that is an important concept that is known as the concept of successive change. Next one. Have a look into this. And there's a question on gate 21 mark, a very simple level question it is. There are 5 levels PQRST in a supply chain before a product reaches the customer, as shown in the figure. At each of the 5 levels, the price of the product is increased by 25%. So see, at each of the levels, sometimes the percentage may be same, may not be same. At each of the 5 levels, like in the previous question, in the previous case, the percentage at each level was different. 10, 20, then again 10. Right. Here, the price of the each level is increased by 25% if the product is produced at the level P at the cost of 120 per unit, what is paid by the customers? What is paid by the customer? So how much the amount is here? 120 rupees. And how much is paid by the customer? And at each of the levels PQRST, there is an increment of 25% at each of the 5 levels, right? So from here also, it's an increase of 25%. Then again, when it reaches R, 25%, then again it reaches S, 25%, again it reaches T, 25%, finally it reaches the customer, that is the 25%, right? So how many times 25% is coming? How many times the 25% is coming, guys? Yes, Bhavya, correct answer. How much times 25% is coming? 5 times. And every level the price is increased by 25%. So what is the net price? 125%, right? At every level, what is the new price? It is increased by 25%, and as I told you, whenever there is an increase of 25%, the new value becomes 100 plus 25, 125% of the previous value. Whatever is the previous. That means if I start from 120, okay, so 120 first is multiplied by 1.25, right? It is again multiplied by 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, and this is going to be multiplied 5 times. This is going to be multiplied 5 times. 120 into 1.25 raised to the power 5, because at every level the price becomes 125%. 125% means 1.25 times of the previous, right? So starting with 120, 1.25 multiplied. Then next again one more 1.25 multiplied. So how many times? 5 times. So directly take raised to the power 5, right? And calculate this. This is going to come up as rupees 366.21. Just tally the calculations once, guys. Just tally up the calculations. Option number D should be coming here. Just check up the calculation once. Yes, ABD correct answer. Ravi correct answer. Lucky correct answer. Okay. So 366.21 looks to be the final answer. Okay. Now, this is what, when the price at every level, is increased by the fixed percentage, I can say that, what is the final price? What is the final price? It is equal to the initial price, which is 125. It is equal to initial price 125. Then 1.25. Why 1.25 is coming? Because the base value is 100%. 100% in fraction is 1, plus the rate of increment, plus R by 100. So see, what was the R? What was the value of R here? 25%, and that is why 25 by 100 is 0.25. 1 plus 0.25 is 1.25 raised to the power number of levels. Raised to the power of number of levels. Isn't it? Isn't it the operation that we have done? Isn't it the operation that you see? Is it not the operation that you see in the compounding case? This is what is known as the compounding effect, when the things keep on growing one after the other, right? And the next value is calculated just at the previous value rather than the base value, right? This is what is basically known as the compounding effect. This is what is known as the compounding effect, and that is the case onto which compound interests are also based. Okay, that is why I told you in today's session we are going to cover up the questions based on percentage and the related concepts. The percentage and the related concepts. The percentage and the related concepts. Okay. Chalo. Exactly, Venu. Yeah, exactly. The percentage and the related concepts. And the related concept is compound interest, number one. Number one, the related concept is compound interest, where you say the initial sum that you have is P, and what is the amount that you get after T years. What is the amount that you get after T years? So suppose you invested P at the rate of R% per annum. You invested P at the rate of R% per annum, right? So 1 plus R by 100, and suppose you invested for T years, so how much you get at the end of T years? How much is the total amount you get at the end of T years? Right, it is just like this chain. If you want to understand it through a chain, see, that is the formula actually, but if you want to understand through a chain, so what happens? Suppose you have a sum of money P that you invested, right? That you invested. Now, you are going to get R% return every year. You are going to get R% return every year. So, what will be the amount at the end of next year, right? So, R% is increased. So, P plus R% of P. P plus r% of p. तो कितना हो गया ये? p कॉमन लिया 1 plus r by 100. Again it has to be increased by r%. Again it has to be increased by r%, right? So what is the current value? p 1 plus r by 100. This value again increased by r%. So this value plus r% of this value. This value 1 into this value plus r by 100 of this value, r by 100 of the previous value. So 1 plus r by 100 whole square will come, and like that the compounding will keep on occurring and occurring and occurring. That is what I explained you in the previous question also, and that is what is the final formula that you note down for the amount. Now this is the amount that you accumulate at the end of t years. So how much is the interest that additionally you are getting? The interest that you are getting additionally is the amount invested minus the principal. The amount that was invested minus the principal, minus the base sum that you, the amount that you get at the end of t years minus the amount you invested. The difference is the additional interest you have got, right? And there is a general formula, but I will explain you this general formula through a question. There can be, maybe the rate of interest is not compounded annually. Okay, rate of interest may be compounded half yearly, monthly, quarterly, any duration can be there. Even you can calculate the interest per day. Okay, but then what is the formula? I will explain you directly through question. No need to remember, no need to memorize any formula. Just for your reference, I have shown you here, right? And the next type of case that you all know is the simple interest where, right? Simple interest where the amount invested is P, right? And simple interest is simple because interest at every year. Interest for every year, right? P is what is the sum invested. And sum invested, interest for every year, right, is calculated. See, in the compounding case, the interest at every year is calculated on the previous value. That is why I told you compounding effect, right? But here interest at every year is calculated at the base price only, at the base sum, that is P. Every time the interest is calculated, okay, every time the interest is calculated at P. So how much is the interest every time? R by 100 of P. Every time the interest is R by 100 of P, right? So what is the simple interest at the end of t years? What is the simple interest at the end of t years, right? So every year the interest is Rp by 100 or PR by 100. So every year, because it is the same, so PR by 100 multiplied by T. PR by 100 plus PR by 100, that interest accumulates. So what is the total simple interest at the end of t years is PRT by 100. So what is the total amount? This is the additional interest you have got. In the t years, you have got the interest PR into T by 100. So what is the total amount that you are going to get? The base amount invested plus the additional interest. So P 1 plus RT by 100. P 1 plus RT by 100. In the case of compound interest, it is P 1 plus R by 100 whole power T. Now let us go to the base question. This is a simple explanation. What will be the simple interest? What will be the simple interest earned on an amount of 25,000 in 9 months at the rate of 12% PA? PA means per annum, okay? PA means per annum at the rate of 12% per annum. What is simple interest earned on an amount of 25,000 in 9 months? What is that simple interest? Okay, earned on an amount of 25,000. Directly simple interest pucha hai, which we all know is PRT by 100, and that is the principal that is invested is 25,000 multiplied by the rate of interest. Rate of interest is 12 multiplied by the time. Now rate of interest is per annum, so let's say what is the time that has to be converted in terms of year. So T is 9 months, so that is 9 by 12 of year, right? Because 1 year has 12 months, so accordingly, right? Okay. Chalo. So this becomes total 3 by 4 of year. Time is in years divided by 100. To just calculate how much, so this is 25. This becomes 2 3/4 of 12 is again 9, right? And then 250 is multiplied by 9, so it should be rupees 2250. Correct? Correct, Bhavya, ABD, Triniket. Correct answer is 2250. No, ABD. If interest on interest, it's interest on the base value only. Correct, Shalja, Hema, correct answer. Going ahead to the next question and learning an important thing now. And 25,000 is invested. 25,000 is invested at compound interest 10% per annum. Compound interest 10% per annum. Okay, compound interest 10% per annum. Find the amount after 2 years if the conversion period, see, conversion period is annually, half yearly, quarterly. Now understand, I told you the general formula, no need to mug up the general formula, I will explain you simply. The first part is simple. First part everybody already knows. Okay, when the amount is compounded annually, that is the normal case. I already told you what is the amount at the end of 2 years. It is P 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power 2. Right, and what is the principal that is given? 25,000 again, multiplied by 1 plus rate of interest 10, 1 plus 10 by 100 whole square. So this is 25,000 is multiplied by 1.1 ka square, right, or 25,000 is multiplied by 1.21. 11 square is 121. Just compute this value and write down the answer, how much it turns out to be. $30,250, correct. So the first thing is rupees 30,250, and that is the amount. What they are asking, calculate the compound interest. Be careful. They are asking, see, in the compound interest you have the formula for amount. So what is the interest? It is the amount minus the principal invested. 30,250 minus 25,000. So the answer is rupees 5,000 additional 5,250 is the interest. 5,250 is the interest. Okay, so please be very careful, because questions can be commonly of NAT type also, and whether they are asking amount or interest, that can drastically change your answer. They have interest, they have asked, so answer is amount minus principal. Now let's learn the next concept, half yearly, quarterly. I told you no need to mug up any formula. We can learn it up simply. And if you are able to get the answers, if you are able to solve, if you are enjoying, do not forget to like the session. And second case now coming up is compounding half yearly. See, what is the basic meaning here of compounding half yearly? Means the interest is calculated. Amount kahan pucha hai? 25,000 is invested at compound interest. Find the amount. Achha, sorry. They have asked the amount. Okay. So correct answer is, no problem. Sorry. Correct answer is 30,250 only. Calculate the amount after 2 years. So that is 30,250 only. Okay, cool. Now what is the meaning of half yearly? It means that the interest, compounding half yearly means the interest is calculated at the end of every half year. The interest is calculated at the end of every half year. Not at the end of every year. It is calculated at the end of every half year. So what is the amount at the end of T years? Try to understand. It is P 1 plus. Now what is the rate of interest given to you, sir? The rate of interest is 10% per annum. 10% per annum. Right? 10% is the rate of interest for entire annum, entire year. But I am calculating the interest at the end of half year only. Right, half of the year I have calculated. So what is the rate of interest for the half year? If R is given, you have to take it as R by 2. Then whole divide by 100 as it is raised to the power. Now how many times the compounding is done? Total T years. But every year you are calculating the interest 2 times. Because interest is calculated half yearly. So amount at the end of T years will be 2T. Every 1 year the calculation is twice. So every T years calculation will be 2T times. That is the formula. And I told you no need to remember that general formula. You can write down the formula by your own logic. Similarly, we will apply for the quarterly also. Okay, so let us complete this calculation. So amount at the end of 2 years is principal 25,000. 1 plus rate of interest becomes half. So 5 by 100 raised to the power 2 into 2. So this is 25,000. 1 plus 5 by 100 to 1.05 raised to the power 4. Complete this calculation and give me the answer, guys. Just complete this calculation and give me the answer. Everybody, how much it is? 3387. That is what is given by Bhavya as well. 3387.65625, correct. 3387.65 approximately. 3387.65. Okay. So Amit, because the rate of interest is clearly mentioned 10% per annum. So 10% is the rate of interest for the entire year. 10% is the rate of interest for entire year. But I have calculated the interest. That is cheating, na? Rate of interest 10% for the year, but now I calculate the interest only at the end of half year. So how you can charge me 10%? 10% you can charge me if you calculate my interest at the end of complete year. But you are doing cheating. You're calculating the interest at the half year only. And more the number of times you calculate the interest, higher will be the interest value. So because I have calculated interest only at half year, so rate of interest should be per half year. So if 10% is per year, what is per half year, Saumitya? It becomes 5%. Yeah, R by 2. Yeah, Srishti, that's what. Now I am calculating the interest at the end of every half year. So imagine at the end of the year, how many times interest you have calculated? See, why the formula 1 plus R by 100? Why that factor is coming? How many times 1 plus R by 100 will come? Depends on conversion cycle. Kitni baar aap convert kar rahe ho? Like remember that customer case. Customer, supply chain from P to the customer. 5 cycles were there. That is why 1.25 ki power 5. So that power depends on how many times that calculation is done. How many times that conversion is done. So every year 2 half years will be coming. Every year 2 half years is coming. Right. Every 2 years 4 half years are coming. Every 2 years 4 half years are coming. Every T years 2 T half years coming. Okay, 2 T half years coming. So 30,387.65. It is slightly greater than the previous case, and yes, it will be greater. More the number of times you compound, more will be the interest. That is what I just re-explained, Satish, the 2T. That is why I re-explained. Let's take one more case and then let's accumulate if you have any doubts. Maybe the third calculation can little bit clarify your doubts. If there is any more thing, let's take it up to the third case, and third case is compounding quarterly. Next is compounding of the interest quarterly. Quarterly means the interest will be calculated at the end of every quarter. At the end of every quarter. Yes, bank charges compound interest, and they release your interest at the end of every quarter. At the end of every quarter. So quarterly. So when I want to talk about the quarterly, okay, what should be the formula? Let us write down the normal formula first. What should be the formula? Amount at the end of T years is principal interest at 1 plus rate. R is the rate of interest per year. Now every quarter means 3 months, right? 1/4 of year. So rate of interest that should be charged is R by 4. Then divide by 100. Whole raised to the power. 1 year has 4 quarters. 1 year, 4 quarter calculations. So T years, 40 quarter calculation. That is the formula actually that is applicable for you. Doesn't shift sometimes. Okay, now let us complete the calculation. Amount at the end of 2 years they are asking. The principal is the same given, and I can tell you with surety here the answer is going to be even little more. R by 4 will be 2.5 raised to the power 4T, and T is 2. So 8 conversion cycles will come. 8 conversion cycles will come. So this is equal to 25,000 multiplied by 1.025 raised to the power 8. Let us complete the calculations. Everybody complete the calculations. $30,460. 30,460.07. Okay, 0.07 negligible. So approximately, let me write down the answer as 30,460. 30,460. Okay. So I hope now you are clear with what is R by 4 and what is 4T. If it is calculated monthly, so let's not do the calculation. Can you say if the interest is calculated monthly, if the compounding is done monthly, what should be the general formula? Can you write down in your notebook? Quickly, everybody write down in the notebook. Everybody write down in the notebook. The amount calculated should be how much? Everybody quickly write down at the end of T years, what should be the formula if the compounding is done monthly? So monthly means that R is the rate of interest given per annum. So what is the rate of interest per month? R by 12, because there are total 12 months. Whole divide by 100. Now every year you have 12 months. 12 months. So in T years, how many months you have? How many conversions periods you have? 12T. 12T. That's it. I hope you have written the same formula in your notebook. P1 plus R by 12 whole divide by 100 raised to the power 12T. Finish. Finish. Next question. What is the difference between compound interest on 5,000 for 1.5 years at 4% per annum compounded yearly and half yearly? Now this is again a good question. This is again a good question. Good question. Dhyan dete chalna. Okay. What is the difference between compound interest on rupees 5,000 for 1.5 years at 4% per annum compounded yearly and half yearly? Yearly and half yearly. Now see, if it is compounded yearly, but the total cycle that is given, oh, that is 1.5 years. This is not percentage, okay? 1.5 years, just remove this. यहाँ पे percentage नहीं है. Okay, the time is 1.5 years, and now the interest is compounded yearly. Yearly. What to do? What to do? Time is not in complete years, but the compounding is done yearly. So case number 1, right? When it is compounded yearly, annually, try to understand, right? But the time is given to be 1.5 years, right? Right, 1.5 years, which is not integer. Okay, when the compounding is done yearly, but the time is not equal to integral number of years. But the time is not equal to integral number of years. Next message to be learned. So in that case, what is the formula? Amount at the end of 1.5 years is principal. Suppose guys, try to understand what should be the amount at the end of 1 year. Forget the 1.5 years. How much is the amount accumulated after 1 year? So after 1 year, it is simply 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power 1. 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power 1. How much is the amount accumulated after 2 years? Raised to the power 2. How much is the amount accumulated after 3 years? Raised to the power 3. But right now, it is 1.5 years, right? So what is the amount accumulated after complete integral number of cycles? Calculate that. And then how much is the remaining time? 1.5 minus 1. How much is the remaining time? 0.5. So now, the remaining interest is calculated for 0.5 year only. For 0.5 year only. For 0.5 year only. So what should be the rate of interest now? What should be the rate of interest now? It should be only R by 2. What should be the rate of interest now? It should be only R by 2, because the remaining cycle is only one cycle, and that is a half year cycle. And because it is half year, it is my duty. I told you, you cannot cheat. You are charging R% per annum, but the remaining interest you are calculating for half year. So you cannot cheat. You cannot ask again R%. You have to ask R by 2%. So remaining 1 plus R by 2 by 100. And that is done only one time. That is done only one time, because only 1/2 year is left. 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 So what should be the answer? What is the principal? What is the principal given to me, sir? That is 5,000. Let us complete the calculation. 1 plus rate of interest कितना है बोले तो 4%. तो 1 plus 4 by 100, 1 plus 2 by 100. So this is equal to 5,000, 1.04, 1.02. How much is the answer? Let's just quickly calculate. Quickly guys, let us write down the numbers. You also comment your calculations. 5304. This is turning out to be rupees 5304. Right. Compounded yearly, but T is not an integral time. Second, it is compounded half yearly. Second case, it is compounded half yearly. And here I don't see any problem, because amount at the end of 1.5 year is principal. Now every time the compounding is done half yearly, I've explained you in the previous question, for half yearly, R by 2, you have to take the rate of interest. And how many half years are there? In the 1.5 years, how many perfect half years are there? 3 half years are there. right? How many half years are there? 3 half years are there. So this should be equal to 5000, 1 plus r by 2, 1 plus 2 by 100 raised to the power 3, right? And that is 5000 is multiplied by 1.02 whole cube, and let me check the answer that is going to turn up. $5306.04, 5306.04, 5306.04, 5304, right? Difference is 2 rupees. Difference is 2.04. Correct answer is option number A. Let me highlight that difference here. So what is the difference that is coming? Is rupees 2.04 of difference is coming. And always compounding half yearly, as I told you, whenever compounded half yearly, the interest calculation will always be more as compared to annually, right? Okay, Bhavya, we can calculate that, okay? Chalo. So moving ahead to the next question. So remember, these are, some different and good variety of question. All variety of question we should practice. Sir, in quarterly, 3 cycles. Nah. What is quarter, Swamitya? 1/4. What is a quarter? 1/4 of year. So how many quarters will complete a year? 4 quarters, na? 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. If you take 3 cycles, so 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, that is 3/4, Swamitya. Next question ready for you. Laila aspires to buy a car worth rupees 10 lakhs after 5 years. It's a gate 2 mark question. Laila aspires to buy a car worth rupees 10 lakhs after 5 years. After 5 years projection it is. So what is the minimum amount in rupees that she should deposit now in the bank, which offers 10% annual rate of interest if the interest was compounded annually? If the interest was compounded annually. Okay, so it's a normal case. It is compounded annually. It's a very, very simple case. What is the amount that you should deposit, right? If she wants the amount at the end of 5 years, which is 10 lakhs, what is the principal she should now deposit in the bank for that car? It is 1 plus r by 100 raised to the power 5. Compounding annually, and the time is also in the perfect integral as 5. The regular question it is. It's just a regular question. So what is the principal? It is equal to 10 lakhs divided by 1.1 raised to the power 5. Just complete this calculation. Just complete this calculation, everybody. So it is 6,20,921. 6,20,921. It is approximately, we can say, 6,21,000. Approximately 6,21,000. Option number B. Okay, Samita. Yes, correct. Correct question. Correct, Bhavya. Correct, ABD. Thank you, Ashok. Yes, guys, that's the correct answer on your screen. That is the correct answer on your screen. Okay. Let's now move to the next variety of question. Okay. Let's now take up a next variety of question. Yeah, this one is again very important from here. Let's do this as well. Calculate the difference between simple and compound interest compounded annually on a certain sum of money for 2 years. Difference between simple interest and compound interest at the end of first year, there is no difference, na? But at the end of second years, how much is the difference? Difference between simple interest and compound interest. So I need compound interest minus simple interest, and compound interest is always given by amount minus principal. Okay, and simple interest, we have the formula. So now what is the formula for A2? A2 is given by P 1 plus r by 100. We need an expression. We need the formula. P 1 plus r by 100 whole square minus P. That is the compound interest, and simple interest is PR T upon 100. PR2 by 100. Just need to simplify this, right? Just need to simplify this. I think we are discussing little concepts also, ABD. Okay. So P 1 plus R by 100 whole square, right? A square plus B square plus 2AB plus 2R by 100 minus 1. P is totally common. Minus 1 and then minus 2R by 100. So 2R by 100, 2R by 100 cancel hota hai. 2R by 100, 2R by 100 cancel. 1 and 1 cancel. So you have the final formula that is equal to P R by 100 whole square. What is the difference? What is the difference between the simple interest and compound interest is P R by 100 whole square at the end of 2 years. Now there can be questions based on this. This is an important and repeated type of question from the simple interest and compound interest. From the simple interest and compound interest. Okay. Chalo. Yes. Yes. Let's move ahead to a question now based on the profit and loss as well. The next question ready for you. A trader sells an article and loses 12.5%. Loses 12.5%. What is the ratio of cost price to the selling price? What is the ratio of the cost price to the selling price? What is the ratio of the cost price to the selling price? A simple calculation, guys. Loses 12.5%. What is the ratio of the cost price to the selling price? Come on, everybody, solve it up and quickly come up with the answer. Okay. Solve it up and quickly come up with the answer. What is the ratio of cost price? Now everybody just basically remembers, oh my god. Oh my god. Come on, sir. Come on, sir. So, you just surprised me. Yes, sir. Such a great push.
I saw your car in the parking just next to me.
Oh.
MP04.
Then you parked beside me. I came first actually.
No, it is just parallel.
But my car was first.
Civil never back.
No, but
parallel or front.
No, because when I came, I didn't find your car.
I just came, na.
Okay, yes. So guys, Abhinav sir, Civil Dawn, actually BYJU'S Dawn is here.
No, sir.
So guys, a warm welcome. Warm
sir,
welcome.
AB de Villiers is also here.
Yes, AB de Villiers is here.
Okay. So he is also 360, na?
Every
subject he is, guys.
360-degree performer.
Yeah. Anybody here from civil engineering also? This is aptitude class, na?
There will be few.
So guys, calculation trick maths class will be started by sir from 24th to 30th June. Daily 9 PM. That will be must. Many exams where there is calculator not allowed, na? Like engineering services prelims and many other exams that will help you. And not only those in which there is calculator also, na? So some calculations you can do faster than calculator by that trick session. That will be from 24th to 30th June, daily 9 PM on English channel. Okay.
Which class?
सर ये बॉटम बार आ रहा है ना नीचे आपका है
नहीं I have not noticed this bottom bar.
I thought it's your class.
No. This is something else. I just surprised 24th English channel. You told something.
I was just promoting you. I saw that you there is a bottom bar coming on. That's why I
need to call video team. I could not notice that even.
So only Arun and Ravi is doing high for me. Yaar. Come on, guys.
Come on, guys. Have a blaster reply in the comment box, guys.
Okay, right. Thank you all. Just kidding. So 47 students. So just I came from 33 to 47.
Sir, it was 55 also. Few minutes back.
Okay.
So afternoon time students are lazy. Students are actually asking 11 AM, but today we cannot keep at 11 AM.
Okay.
Alternate. Guys, again I tell you, every alternate timing will be different. Next Sunday again 11 AM. Next Sunday 1 PM. So थोड़ा सा हर alternate को adjust करो. Sir.
Sir, मैं करूँ. So guys, I am just trying. Okay.
Sir, that is
if I find any mistake, then forgive me, sir.
100% correct answer.
Suppose let me take the cost price is X, or we can take in terms of 100. So suppose cost price is X, then selling price is X minus 12.12%. So X minus, that is 25 by 2, that is X minus 12.5 of X. Okay, this is selling price. The ratio of cost price to selling price is X divided by X minus 12.5X, or you can also do in terms of 100. So it will be 100 minus 12.5 times of 100. 12.5 times of 100. Okay, so that will be 87.5. Okay, might be I am wrong. So 100 upon 87.5, that means it is greater than 1. 7 by 8 cannot be there. less than this value is greater than 1. Standby it cannot be there. Also one more we can, this also so these two we can calculate. Okay, sir, correct?
Correct.
So I got plus 2 marks.
Yes, guys. So now you should also get that plus 2 marks easily.
Okay. Bhavya is saying 8 by 7, so 8 by 7 is correct. Bhavya might be correct.
Yeah, Bhavya is giving almost all answers correct.
Bhavya is boy or girl?
Yeah, that we need to know. Yes, this is a question for you, Bhavya.
Sahi hai?
Yeah, correct. 8
Thank you
by 7.
guys, carry on. Sorry for your time. Sorry for disturbance. Just a refreshment. Now you can carry on with.
Yeah, that is what Sunday. That's Sunday is refreshment, and that is why Sunday Funday.
Sunday concepts is here. Funday I mix here.
Yes.
Minutes.
Correct.
Okay, so please carry on, guys, and please like and share so that maximum commandos can join in. Thank you, guys.
And guys, let me tell you that we are all here today in the office. Let me just tell you that today is the engineering services mains exam. Some of you might be giving that mains exam also. And today evening we are coming live. Right. I'm mechanical. No, Bhavya. Sir is from civil.
Bhavya is saying I'm in mechanical. You can guess. My guess is boy.
Acha,
with
okay.
98% probability.
Okay. Okay. So guys, today is the engineering services mains examination.
Again, I come 55%.
God darn. So guys, let me tell you, I'm telling you again, mains examination is there today, and for all branches, I think the civil is the first, 6:30. So 6:30 p.m. civil, 7:15 mechanical, 8 p.m. electrical, 8:45 EC. For all branches, we are having the complete discussion of how the mains paper was, what is the difficulty level, and what is the weightage of different subjects. We are coming live with different branches, and we have one more champion from civil, that is Joshit Sir. So entire team actually, you know, if it was possible to take the camera, and you'll see almost all your favorite faculties here in the office today, right?
Okay, guys.
So Ninja Sir.
So hello everyone. So I have promoted all your sessions. Now you tell the students that for civil it is 10:30 RCC. I'll start new subject.
Acha, when it is, sir? Monday.
Monday.
So guys, for Monday, civil engineering RCC 10 or 10:30?
10:30.
10:30 every day. You can watch it on the Hindi YouTube channel from Monday, 27th of June by your favorite Don Sir.
Okay.
Right.
Road also, sir. Yesterday happened steel.
Yesterday steel, India's first steel road. Very interesting. Even I saw that session. So yesterday Ninja Sir took a session again on the Hindi channel. The first steel road.
60.
Right.
First steel road.
33 I joined. Now it's 60.
Sir, but it was earlier around 55, 60.
Now it's 64, sir.
Sir, you carry.
I solved one question also. So you correct, na?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Carry on, sir.
Right. Okay. Chalo. Okay, thank you, sirs, for joining us. Sir, Abhinav sir, MN sir, MN sir is here. Okay. Chalo, guys, yes. Okay. Chalo. So I had there's a beauty of our team, so much of bonding we have in our team. Okay. Chalo guys, so I think method is solved by sir. Now since this is the first question that we have taken from the profit and loss, let's just go with the regular revision of the formula as well. As you simply know that the basic percentage profit you calculate. Or if I just want to specify the profit, it is calculated as selling price minus cost price, because profit is only earned when there is selling price greater than the cost price, and the percentage profits, it is just like the percentage concept of initial value minus final value. The SP minus CP upon CP is multiplied by the 100, and similarly, if the selling price is less than the cost price, so cost price minus selling price becomes the loss for you. And what is the value of the percentage loss? The percentage loss is CP minus SP divided by the CP. Always the base price is CP only, is multiplied by 100. That is the percentage profit and percentage loss, right? Okay. Now, profit and loss, this is probably the first question, Shalja. Now, sometimes they may ask percentage profit, sometimes they can give you percentage profit. So suppose a percentage profit is given to you. If the percentage profit is given to you, note down one more very important formula, right? If the percentage profit is given to you, then what is the selling price? Selling price, of course, when there is a profit, selling price is more than the cost price. Selling price is more than the cost price. How much percent more? P percent more. 100 plus P percentage of the cost price. And also note that when there is a loss, so selling price is less than the cost price. It is less than the cost price. So that is 100 minus how much less? L percentage. 100 minus L percentage of the cost price will be the selling price. Please note down these two important cases, and then let's apply to the different variety of questions. These are the regularly formula that you can use, right? Regularly formula that you can use. Okay, I think comments are getting little slow. I think now some of the comments are coming. Yes, powerful team it is. Yes, the powerful team it is. A trader sells an article and loses 12.5%. What is the ratio of cost price to the selling price? Now, because there is a loss, I can directly say that selling price is equal to direct one line you have to solve 100 minus L percentage, 100 minus 12.5 percentage of the cost price. This will give you the ratio also. The selling price is equal to 87.5% to 87.5 divided by 100 of the CP. Right. So what is the ratio of CP to SP they are asking? CP upon SP. So that becomes 100 upon 87.5. Precisely that is what Abhinav sir was also discussing, and you just cancel it up. It's going to cancel as the ratio 8 by 7. Option number C is correct. Option number C is very correct. All good, guys. Option number C is the correct option. Let's move ahead to the next question. Find the CP of an article which is sold at 220 at a loss. Right, at a loss. Loss percentage is given. So once again, what is the selling price? Sir, it is directly 100 minus 12% of the cost price. So I need the what? I need the CP where selling price is 220 given. 220 is equal to 100 minus 12%. That is 88%. 88 by 100 of CP. Find the CP. Sir, question finished. Find the CP. How much it is? How much it is? It is 220 multiplied by 100 divided by 88. This is cancelled as 1/4. 1000 ka 1/4, 250. Answer is 250. Within one line, you should be able to solve this question. Right? Within the one line, you should be able to solve this question. Correct? Within the one line, you should be able to solve this question. That's the same thing. Right? हाँ इससे भी कर सकते हो. The basic formula is what you have written ABD. That is the basic formula always. That is the loss. But yeah, you can, this is more handy, I will say. Both are correct. That is the basic formula, but this is little handy. Most of the questions you will fail. These two final formula are more handy in terms of calculation. Let's move ahead to the next case. Here it is. The percentage profit earned by selling an article for 1920 is equal to the percentage loss incurred by selling the same article for 1280. At what price should the article be sold to make 25% profit? At what price the article should be sold to make 25% profit? Now I try to understand what they are telling. The percentage profit earned by selling an article for 1920, right? Selling an article for 1920 is same as the percentage loss incurred by selling the same article for 1280. Okay, so percentage profit in one case, in case number 1 is equal to percentage loss in the case number 2. Now, what is that percentage profit or percentage loss? Percentage profit is SP. What is the SP for the first case? 1920 minus CP upon CP into 100 is equal to percentage loss of the second case, but the second case selling price is different, and because it is a loss, it is CP minus selling price, that is 1280 divided by the CP is multiplied by 100. Is multiplied by 100. CP is cancelled, 100 cancelled, so you have simply 1920 minus CP is equal to CP minus 1280. So 2 times CP is equal to 3200. 3200. So what should be the cost price? It is 1600. Now, at what price should the article be sold to make 25% profit, right? So now I need a 25% of profit. So what should be the selling price? What should be the selling price to make this 25% profit? As I told you, whenever there is profit, 100 plus P percentage. Selling price should be 100 plus P percentage of the cost price, right? And that is equal to 125%, 1.25 times of cost price, jo ki hai 1600, that we have calculated. 25% of 1600 is 400, and 1600 plus 400, answer is rupees 2000. 2000, option number A. Option number A, guys. Yes, Bhavya, correct answer. Yes, Bhavya, that is the very correct answer. Okay. Okay, guys. So if you are enjoying, if you are really having the fun time in this Sunday, do not forget to like the session. Keep liking, keep sharing, so that, you know, many also others have the Sunday as a fun day. And going to the next question, very simply we are able to solve these questions. What is the next type of question here? By selling an article, a man makes a profit of 25% of its selling price. By selling an article, a man makes a profit of 25% of its selling price. His profit percentage is how much? His profit percentage is how much? by selling an article, a man makes a profit of 25% of selling price. तो कितना बोला है? There is the profit which is equal to selling price minus cost price, and this net profit is 25% of the selling price. 25% of the selling price. See, it's a language based question, nothing difficult here. बस language को थोड़ा सा समझना है. This is 0.25 SP. So how much it is? 0.75 SP is equal to the CP. So how much is the SP? 1 upon 0.75 times CP. What is the actual profit percentage? So selling price is 1 upon 0.75. That is precisely 4 by 3, and 4 by 3 is 1.33. 1.333 times CP, or I can say convert into percentage by multiplying by 100, and multiply by 100, this is 133% of the CP. Right? How much above 100? How much above 100? 33% above 100. How much is the percentage above 100? 33% above 100. So what is the percentage profit? 33%. When you are able to write, selling price is 133% of cost price, that means whatever is under 100, whatever is above 100 is the profit percentage. I told you that second formula that I have given will be more handy in simplifying the questions. The rest is your choice. You can use the basic formula or the selling price formula rather than the profit formula. More handy for calculations. More handy for calculations. Next question, let's be ready for us. Fruit seller sold a basket of fruits at 12% loss. Had he sold for rupees 108 more, then he would made a gain of 10%, right? What is the loss in rupees incurred by the fruit seller? First, there is a loss of 12.5% given. What is that loss in rupees they are asking you? What is the loss in rupees they are asking you? If he sells for 108 more, then the gain will be 10%, right? So, if there is an increase in selling price by rupees 108, right, what is the net profit you can say? What is the net profit? Is it 10%? No. If I compare with the old selling price and if I increase 108 more, I get a gain of 10%, whereas there was a loss of 12.5%. Whereas there was a loss of, so even that loss is recovered. Right. First, let us neutralize the losses recovered and then I go to the profit. So, total net profit is 22.5%. Sir, what is the total net profit? 22.5%. 22.5%. Right. So, the 22.5% of the profit is earned at the selling price of 108. By increasing the price by 108. So, I can say that 22.5%. Now, profit or loss is always calculated over the cost price only, na? Profit is 22.5%. Calculated over what? Calculated over CP. So 22.5% of the CP should be equal to 108, because 108 is the amount which brings up this profit, right? So this profit, 22.5% of CP is equal to 108. Is equal to the 108. What is the value of CP? And then we can calculate the net loss. Right. So, what is the value of CP? So, see, 22.5 upon 100 into CP is equal to 108. What is the net CP? 108 into 100 divided by 22.5. Calculations we will do all together. Okay. What is the net loss? So, what is the loss? There was a loss of 12.5%, and the loss is also calculated over cost price only. So that is 12.5%, 12.5 by 100 of the cost price, and the cost price is 108 into 100 divided by 22.5. You have to simplify this, 100 getting cancelled. So 12.5 into 108 divided by 22.5 should be your answer. Should be your answer. Complete the calculation, guys. How much it is? Exactly rupees 60 is coming out to be the answer. Exactly rupees 60. Yeah, that is the option number C available for you is the final answer. Option number C, rupees 60 is coming out to be the final answer for you. All okay, guys? Students getting tired? Sunday afternoon feeling hungry or what? Are you getting tired? Students sometimes they just keep on dropping and then raising. If you're tired, let me know, we can stop. As I told you, the length of Sunday Funday, the duration of Sunday Funday depends on how much refreshment you want, right? It could be small, it could be as large as you want. It could be as large also as you want. If you want me to stop, we can, not a big deal here. If the cost price of 25 pence is same as the selling price of 30 pence, what is the gain or loss? What is the percentage gain or loss? Cost price of some articles is equal to selling price of n number of articles. That type of concept. So here what you will do in such questions, okay, here what you will do, that let the cost price and selling price, right, of a single pen, of a single article, of a single pen, of a single article be CP and SP respectively. Be the CP and SP respectively. Now what they are trying to give to you? What they are trying to give to you, the cost price of 25 pence will become 25 CP is equal to selling price of 30 pence, and the selling price of 30 pence will be 30 SP. So what is the relation between SP and CP? SP is 25 by 30 CP. 25 by 30 less than CP. Selling price less than the cost price, there is going to be a loss. That is one thing confirmed. There is going to be a loss. And how much is the selling price? It is 25 by 30. That is 5 by 6 of CP. That means selling price 5 by 6 is, guys, 83.33%. If the selling price is 83.33%, what is the loss? How much is below 100? How much is below 100? How much is below 100? 16.67% below 100. How much is below 100? That you should be able to write down directly. How much is below 100? 16.67%. So there is a loss, and that is equivalent to 16.67%. That is 16.67%. Okay, guys, next type of question. A trader marked the price concept, again the next important case, mark the price of a product in such a way it is 25% more than the cost price. If he allows 20% discount on the marked price to the customer, then find his gain or loss. Mark the price of a product in such a way that it is 25% more than the cost price. Okay, now see, what is the actual cycle? Okay, there is a cost price and the customer will always mark up his price, right? There are several things when in his mind when he marks up the price. He knows that there will be customers coming for bargaining. I need to give some discount. At the same time, after giving the discount also, I need to earn a profit. So selling price is marked up, and then there is a marked price. That is a chit price, MRP you can say, the label price. And then if there is any scheme, if there is any discount, anything to be offered, right, that is applicable on the marked price, because customer will not know what is the cost price of the shopkeeper. Customer will only know what is written on the product, and the customer will be asking discount on that marked price, right? And after subtracting the discount, what you get is the selling price. That is the final selling price, right? That is the final selling price. Then whatever is the profit or loss for the shopkeeper, whatever is the profit or loss is decided by the relation between CP and SP. Is related by the CP and SP. Okay. So let us see what is the case given here. A trader marked the price of a product in such a way it is 25% more than the cost price. 25% more than the cost price. So plus 25% markup karenge. So I get the marked price, which is 25% more means 125%. 125% means 1.25 CP. If he allows 20% discount on the marked price to the customer, find his gain or loss. So he'll be allowing a 20% discount, and discount is subtracted. So now he'll be giving 20% discount to make the final selling price. So 20% subtract kiya. So selling price, how much is left? 100 minus 20. 100 minus 20, 80%. 100 minus 20, 80%. 80% of what? 80% of the marked price. Right, 80% is 0.8. of the marked price, which is 1.25 CP, and 1.25 into 0.8 is actually 1, so you get CP. So what is the story here? The final SP is equal to the CP, right? And there is no gain, no loss. There is no gain or no loss in this situation. Very correct, Bhavya. Very correct, Lucky. Okay, so see the situation. Even after giving a 20% discount, there is no gain or no loss, because there is a considerable markup that has been kept by the shopkeeper. Okay, that has been kept by shopkeeper. right? So you sometimes see the end of the season sale and all those things coming up on the malls or on the online, huge discounts. So even after giving huge discount, remember that none of the shopkeeper, be it, any type of store, online, offline, nobody would want loss. So for them, it's mostly, sometimes profit, or max to max, they sell it on no profit, no loss. You see exciting discounts, but eventually, what is the percentage markup? Already they have hiked the price by how much percentage, that you don't know. Right? That you don't know. Yeah, discount is calculated on marked price only. That is why I applied here. No? Discount is 20%, 20% of marked price. So that is why, what is the selling price? 80% of marked price. 20% gone. Na? So what is left, Saumitya? 80% of marked price. That is very correct, Saumitya. Okay. The next question, guys, on your screen. A tradesman marks his good at such a price that after allowing a discount of 15%, he earns a profit of 20%. After allowing a discount also, this time there is a profit of 20%. Find the marked price of an article which costed him rupees 850. Which costed him rupees 850. So this is 850. Let's solve it by the cycle. Right. Then he marks up. And the question is, find the marked price only. There is a marked price. Then he allows a discount of 15%. Then he allows a discount of 15%. So what should be the selling price? What should be the selling price? Selling price is 85. How much less? 15% less. 85% of the marked price. But there is also a discount, 15%, but still he earns a profit of 20%. Still he earns a profit of 20%. Right. So cost price plus 20% should be the selling price. So what is the selling price? Profit percentage 20%. So 120%, as I told you, 100 plus P percentage of the cost price. You have to just compare both, you get the value of marked price, right? So you have to just compare selling price, which is 120%, 120 by 100 of the cost price, which is 850, should be equal to 85%, that is 85 by 100 of the marked price. From here, give me the answer for marked price. How much it should be? 100, 100 cancel, 85, 850 also cancel, 10, 120 into 10, 1200. Easily solved. Just make this flow. You are going to solve it up easily. Make the flow. Marked price, cost price to marked price to selling price. And final profit loss is the comparison of the cost price and selling price. Make this flow. The question becomes simple, straightforward, easy for you. Just make this as a flow. The question becomes simple and straightforward and easy for you. Let's go ahead to the next question. Arey, what happened? Oh my God. Just a second, why the PPT closed? Guys, just a second, some issue is there probably. Oh, somehow suddenly the PDF got closed. Shalja, you can leave, okay? You can leave, but don't ask me. Okay, ठीक है. If you're not interested, you can leave, Shalja, if you're tired. If you're tired. Already I'm trying, today, already it's afternoon, maybe students are less, but I'm trying with my best energy. Okay, so I don't want any negative comments here. If you are tired, you are free, you can watch the recording later on. You're 110% free to, just leave the session. A fraud shopkeeper sells sugar to the customer at the cost price, but he uses a false weight of 900 gram for a kg while selling the sugar, and also uses a false weight of 1100 gram for a kg while buying the sugar. Then calculate the percentage profit or loss. Calculate the percentage gain only actually. When the, whenever any shopkeeper is doing the fraud, that is mostly to earn the profit. That is mostly to earn the profit, and this is the case of frauding. This is the case of frauding. A fraud shopkeeper sells the sugar to the customer at the cost price. So what is the shopkeeper telling? I am selling you the sugar at the cost price. What he is trying to tell to the customer? I am telling you at the cost price. That means मेरा तो कोई फायदा ही नहीं है इसमें, मेरा कोई profit नहीं है इसमें. But at the back end, he is using a false weight. He is using a false weight of 900 for a kg while he is selling the sugar. Right? While he sells the sugar, he will tell you I am selling you 1 kg, but actually he is selling you 900. 900, that 100 gram is in the pocket. He also uses the false weight of 1100 gram for a kg while buying the sugar. किसी से purchase करेगा ना, then he has a second time of false weight where he will say that I am purchasing 1 kg, but actually he will purchase 1100 gram, right? So 2 times, right? 2 times it is there. 2 times he is doing the fraud. 2 times he is doing the fraud. So what to do? What to do? Okay. Let the cost price and selling price of 1 gram of क्या बोला यहाँ पे sugar, 1 gram of sugar be ₹1. That is what is told, na? He sells the sugar at the cost price. So let the cost price and selling price be same, and that is equal to ₹1. That is equal to ₹1. But he uses a false weight of 900 gram while selling, but while purchasing, while buying. तो पहले buying की बात करते. Let us talk about the story of buying first of all. Let us talk about the story of buying. He buys 1100 gram for a kg, right? 1100 gram for a kg. That is the first fraud. That means, listen to this concept very clearly. Listen to this concept very clearly, right? He says he is buying, let me write down and explain you. He says he is buying 1 kg, right? So, what is the cost price? Cost price of 1 kg is 1000 grams. So, what should be the cost price of 1000? But he actually gets, because of his false reading, he actually gets 1100 gram. But he is paying for 1000 gram. Shelja, you are out of the session now. Yeah, there is a limit of anything here. If you don't want to study, who is forcing you? Who is forcing you to watch the session? Thak gaye ho, jao, rest karo. Not everybody is tired. Even I am tired. I will be tired every Sunday. Who is going to teach you then? I can be tired every Sunday. I can relax every Sunday. I can sit and sleep every Sunday. Chalo. So he actually gets 1100. So now there is the concept of effective cost price. What is the effective cost price of 1100 gram is rupees. He has given only 1000 rupees. पैसा उसने जेब से 1000 ही दिया है. So what is the effective cost price? What is the effective cost price of 1 gram? It is rupees 10 by 11. Effective cost price of 1 gram, it is rupees 10 by 11. It is rupees 10 by 11. Effective cost price of 1 gram is rupees 10 by 11. Now, this is the story of buying. What is the story of selling? Right? He sells 900 gram. यहाँ पे भी 100 gram बचा लिया. 900 gram for a kg. 900 gram for a kg. Again, let me explain you this clearly. He's selling 1 kg. So what is the selling price? Selling price of 1 gram is 1 rupee. So selling price of 1 kg is 1000 rupees. But due to the false weight, he actually sells only 900 grams. 100 grams in his pocket. 100 grams in his pocket, right? So let us again come to the effective concept. Effective selling price of 900 grams he has taken as rupees 1000. So what is the effective selling price of 1 gram? For 1 gram, rupees 10 by 9. So that is where you can calculate the profit. Right. So, what is the percentage profit earned by him? Selling price, effective selling price minus cost price. Cost price was 10 by 11, which is less than 10 by 9, divided by the cost price. See, the cost price was calculated. Effective cost price was 10 by 11, is whole multiplied by 100. So, that is 10 cancel, 11 by 9 minus 1 whole multiplied by 100, and that is 2 by 9, 22.2 percentage. 22.2 percentage. 22.2 percentage. 22.2 percentage. right? 22.2%. Acha, now try to understand one thing here. Just try to understand one thing here. Okay. What is the total fraud? What is the total fraud done by him? He is doing fraud 2 times. One is buying, one is selling. One is buying, one is selling. So what is the total fraud? Right. 100 plus 100 equal to 200 grams. Right. What is the total fraud done by him? 200 grams. Okay. What is the total fraud done by him? It is the 200 grams. See, dhyan rakhna. Right. Because he has done the fraud 2 times. Once he has done the fraud at the time of buying. Once he has done the fraud at the time of selling. Okay. So remember, I can say that the total fraud that he has done is 200 gram. And what is the final answer? You have pura effective method se solve kiya. You have got the final answer as how much? 22.2%. Okay. Now read the question carefully. Right. Just go to the app John Raj and you'll be easily able to get the BYJU'S subscription chip there. Okay. He uses a false weight of 900 gram for a kg while selling the sugar. He uses the false weight of 1000 gram for a kg while he is buying the sugar. Right. While he is buying the sugar. So calculate percentage profit. Okay. So using the entire concept of effective price, we have been able to calculate 22.2%. Right. Now, if there is one-sided fraud, what you can directly do? If there is a one-sided fraud, that is what is the next case I want to come. A dishonest dealer uses a scale of 90 centimeter of a meter and claims to sell at the cost price. What is the profit percentage? He uses a scale of 90 centimeter, okay, instead of a meter scale, right, and claims to sell at the cost price. So again, what a dishonest dealer is doing right now, he sells that I'm telling you, selling you 1 meter, but actually he sells 90 centimeter. Right, actually he sells 90 centimeter. There is only one side of fraud here. So I can say that directly if I write and then I give you the trick, what is the effective selling price of 90 centimeter is rupees 100. Here what I can assume is, selling price and cost price of 1 centimeter. Here it is in terms of centimeter is rupee 1. Selling price and cost price of 1 centimeter equal to rupee 1. So what is the effective selling price of 90 centimeter? He is selling 90 centimeter, but he is telling 1 meter. In short, I am writing this time. Right. So effective selling price is rupees 100. So what is the effective selling price of 1 centimeter is rupees 10 by 9. But what is the cost price of 1 centimeter is rupees 1. So what is the percentage profit? It is equal to selling price minus cost price by cost price into 100, and that is equal to how much? 10 minus 9 by 9 into 100. This time it is 11.11%. 11.11%. The correct answer is none of these here. Okay, it is none of these. 11.11%. Dishonest dealer, fraud dealer, same one and the same thing. But remember, in such cases, you can directly apply the trick also now. Now, what is the trick? See 10, or you can say 100 minus 90 upon 90. What is 100? 100 should be the actual quantity he is selling, but 90 is what is the fraud he is doing. Okay, so it is the true value minus the false value. True means how much he's charging. He's charging for 1 meter. So he should actually sell 1 meter. He should actually sell 100 centimeter. But he's selling the false. He's selling the false 90 centimeter. The true minus false upon false into 100 is the trick you can use in these cases. It is the trick you can use in these cases. True minus false by false into 100. True minus false upon false into 100. True minus false upon false into 100. Okay. Chalo. Okay, true he should be selling 100, but he has sold actually only 90. So that false is the 90. Okay, chalo guys. Okay, so that is the next case. That's it. So stay updated with me on every Sunday. Subscribe to the channel in case you haven't subscribed. It's already 1 hour 40 minutes of class, and as I told you, we can plan more also. We can plan more also, but it depends. Today the attendance was little less than the previous Sunday. I don't know, maybe because of timing, but let me give you the next Sunday time now. Topics you will get update by the Thursday. Regarding to the topics, you will get the update by Thursday, but next Sunday, let me tell you the time, it's 11 a.m. only. Alternate Sundays, timing will shift. 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m. The next Sunday, that is the 3rd July. Next Sunday, that is the 3rd July. Next Sunday Funday is on 11 a.m. So hope 11 a.m. morning time, as you are demanding, I see more appreciation and more participation in the 11 a.m. There will be one more interesting topic. There will be one more interesting topic that you are going to encounter on the next Sunday. Okay, what is the topic? I'll update you in the Telegram by Thursday around. So stay updated to the Telegram and stay updated to the channel also. The session will also be created by Thursday, so you can just check in the channel on the Thursday. What is the topic for next Sunday? Let's surprise. Let's reveal it on the next Sunday. Let me also tell you that there is a free GATE starter series running on the BYJU'S Exam Prep app. You can download the app from the Google Play Store and enjoy fundamental classes every Wednesday to Saturday by your favorite faculties of all branches. Okay, enjoy the fundamental classes, most fundamental topics just to kickstart your GATE preparation. Every Wednesday to Saturday, 4 p.m. it is happening for you, right? Okay. Yeah, for core subjects also you are getting the classes, na? Like very recently I was taking EMFT, right? Then there is a signal system going on for ECEE, right? There were structures going on. From tomorrow onwards, guys, from tomorrow onwards, do not forget to subscribe the channel. Okay, from tomorrow, let me tell you, mechanical and civil, there is the SOM starting under the monsoon series. There is the monsoon course that we have launched for you, and the first subject is SOM by your favorite Dheeraj Sir. 6 p.m. 6 p.m. So there's a monsoon course that will run on for around 35-40 days, different subjects by different faculties. Next will be, FM by Satyajit Sahu Sir. So mechanical, civil, and for other branches like ECEE, IN, computer science. For you, the monsoon course will be starting from 4th July. Okay, from 4th July. No, today is the engineering services mains analysis. So today evening, you don't have any technical classes for any branch, right? Because today is the technical engineering services mains analysis. You can watch us live on the mains analysis. It is there for all branches. Timings are there. So stay subscribed to the channel and you can watch how the ESE mains happened. Today the ESE mains is going on. Right? This monsoon course for mechanical civil going to start from 27 June, right? By the first subject for ECEE, IN, CS. This course is going to start from 4th July. Next Monday, we are going to start the monsoon course for ECEE, IN, CS. This is live on the YouTube, free monsoon classes for you, right? So mechanical civil, do not forget to join live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Dheeraj Sardana Sir, fantastically discussing up the SOM, right? And we'll be starting ECEE, IN, CS monsoon classes next Monday, 4th July. Bye-bye. Thank you. Stay safe and take care of yourself and stay updated to my Telegram. My Telegram is Conquer GATE and ESE with Rakesh Talreja. I'll share you the link of my Telegram so that you get the updates of the next Sundays and all other important things. I have shared you the link of the Telegram. You can join the Telegram to stay connected with me and to get all the information about the different sessions. Bye-bye. Thank you. Hope you have, understood several questions and concepts of percentage, simple interest, compound interest, profit, loss, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Sure.